We are now on to winners finals, which is a best of 5. This is between Zone and Streakz. Not seen these guys play against each other for quite a while, actually, so I'm interested to see how Zone will handle Streakz' Snake in this situation. I mean, no doubt they'll play a lot friendly to each other, but a tournament environment is completely different. Streakz is already starting off with 2 dash attacks. Streakz again, landing the better punishes in close-up scenarios. Maybe Zone just wants to add pressure with that fair. Good recovery. But Streakz again controls the Nikita so well. Just lands it right on top of Zone, which forced him to use his shield so Streakz could grab him. Again, I think that was just a pressure situation on Zone's part to add on to Streakz' recovery. Good patience on Zone. Just wanting to see if Streakz was going to pull the trigger very quickly with up tilt. Definitely showing respect on both players, on their playstyles, as well as the strengths of their characters. Good catch with the down tilt. Unlucky to not have taken the stock. I wondered if that was a bit of a mind game Zone was trying to play on Streakz with ward cancelling by the ledge. It could be. And let's see if Zone has good awareness of the C4. Zone knows he has to respect Snake in neutral, especially if they play patiently like Streakz does. But at the same time, though, the longer he holds back, the stronger Snake gets in this matchup, I feel. And it's why Zone keeps backing off every time he makes a dash approach. Because he's trying to pressure Streakz into doing something so he can take full advantage of. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Hard reading the get-up option with down smash. And look at this. Well, it ended, but it was definitely good pressure from Zone. Just missed hitting him with auto radical. Streakz now gains advantage. Oh, that was lovely. That was clever, reflecting the up smash. Something I don't see too often in this matchup. Decides to go for a directional air dodge. Zone's mix-ups and counterplay. It's working quite efficiently now. He's got Streakz at death percent. But he knows one careless approach and it could be all over. Because I think a rest down to an up tilt will kill Palutena. Covers high, does it well. Okay, got pressured on the platform, but you won't mind that. Trying to zone out Streakz with the back airs. But he can't pressure him that much. Lovely grab. Up throw not just gonna kill just yet. Oh. But hey, sometimes it's worth a go, especially if you're at a safe distance. Zone's counterplay definitely got stronger the longer the match went. Both players gonna go back to Pokemon Stadium. Same characters, we're now heading into Game 2. Zone with the 1-0 advantage.
3, 2, 1, go!
And already, similar start to what we saw in Game 1, Streakz has mixed up his attacks, and it's active even more damage on Zone. But again, Zone retaliates fairly decently and quickly. Streakz was anticipating a rollback on Zone. Explosive Flame came to the rescue. Oh, that was so lovely, those parries. Oh, but that was careless in Zone. I thought he was aware of where the C4 was. Just why he was patient in terms of coming back on. Well, it's the start of his second stock, so that won't bother him. And now he manages to catch his recovery from the air with up air. However, Streakz has got more devastating punishes in neutral. Lovely back air. Doesn't two-frame him, but... Well, I thought he was going to do his advantage there. He didn't in the end, so fair play. Good grab. What can Zone do? It's not looking too well for Zone now. Oh, what is this? Wow, that's not often you see that. Streakz making a mistake like that and recovering. Excuse me, that was a bit loud. Okay, Streakz still recovers very quickly from a situation like that. Can certainly swing the momentum against the player who has the lead in some scenarios. And that was a lovely catch on the up tilt. So we're now moving on to Game 3. Again, this is a best of 5 this time. And Game 3 is underway. Bit of a slower start compared to the other two games. Zone holding back a bit more, that's good to see. But he's still got to be aware of when Streakz has a grenade or not. That was a poor spot dodge. Very nice. Fairly standard way to end the stock, one must say. So, must be feeling a little frustrated because he knows he has an effective playstyle and counterplay that can add a lot of pressure onto Streakz. However, when he's getting punished in neutral, he's eating a lot of damage. I think that's why Zone is now respecting Snake in on the ground, and keeping his distance as much as he can, and just using Explosive Flame and Auto Radical to catch him. And in return, it's enforcing Streakz to use his shield more. Lovely rollback. Good landing with the fast fall back air. Zone's still not in the most comfortable position, one must say. But he does land 2 nairs, which is ideal for Politina. Takes him up to 45%. Starting to land more nairs in neutral. Oh, lovely. Lovely on Zone's part to avoid getting grabbed again. Just catches him with the up smash. Interesting. Oh. Streakz is resorting to recovering up to the blast zone more and more often because he knows that Zone isn't really going to try to catch him. Zone is at least adding pressure to Streakz' recovery if he does go high a lot. But he's not been able to land the up airs that could help him out. Now Zone knows he can't just go in completely because again he has to make he's pausing his approaching as soon as he gets up close to Streakz. Just missed Streakz. Oh, he went for another one. Bit lucky there to not get caught from the rest of Nair. Auto Radical now helping him, keeping pressure on Snake. Good explosive flame. And it's also helped delay his recovery so he doesn't get caught by the up smash. That's the second time that Zone has done a aggressive landing. And they just got up tilted as a result, I think, in that game. Streakz one game away from advancing to Grand Finals.
3, 2, 1, go!
And now they're heading off to Town and City. Interesting mix-up choice on Streakz. Just wasn't close enough to get the grab. But I believe the mix-up, the intention of the mix-up was to add even more damage onto Zone, especially if he read his get-up option from either a laydown or throwing him off stage. Actually, no, I don't think he would have thrown him off stage. Just send him in the air, probably. But it is Zone with the better advantage between the two. Good mix-up on the recovery. That's probably why he went for Town and City. Interesting trade there. Twice he went for the up air. He almost caught him. Wow, the roll away. And he read his directional air dodge. I think Streakz was not anticipating Zone to punish him for that. But once again, Zone is just allowing Streakz to land the up tilts on him. Sorry. Yeah, to allow him. Yeah, I think Zone is just allowing Streakz to simply up tilt him when he's at death percents on a few occasions now. That's what I meant to say. Just avoid the explosive flame hitbox. Couldn't avoid that one though. No, there was a grenade there, I think. Grenade or C4. Either way, it saved Streakz more or less. Jumps away from the Nikita. Now Streakz is doing Streakz is just managing to land the punishes when he needs them the most. And he also considers himself lucky that up smash just managed to take out Zone's second stock. Once again, the grenades are saving Streakz from certain death from the up airs. So it's up air pressuring on Streakz' recovery towards the blosser. It hasn't been hugely effective. And Zone just standing onto the platform by ledge is only just going to make Streakz feel more comfortable on the ground. Zone's counterplay has been less effective as the match has been progressing. But I think there has been a few occasions, especially when landing on top of Snake to get up tilted. I think that's some signs of impatience. Ooh, just caught him in the up air. Oh dear. Oh. It would have been a very nice and different way of mixing up to take the stock. But yeah, definitely, I definitely think that Zone got more impatient there towards the end. But nevertheless, Streakz manages to overcome Zone and head over to Grand Finals.